Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Pizza Bagels.
Pizza bagel time. It's Monday, baby.
Sure is.
Fuck, I love Mondays, man.
So do I.
It used to be the worst day of the week. It's the best day of the week now.
Yeah, and now when people say, does somebody have a bad case of the Mondays?
Yeah,
like,
suck your dick.
If you mean by going and hanging out with the bagel and having fun and drinking and talking about shit, then
yeah, it sounds awful.
Then yeah, I definitely have a huge case of the Mondays.
Yeah, fuck the Bangles and that Manic Monday or I Hate Mondays song.
Oh, yeah.
Pieces of shit.
Just another Manic Monday.
Yeah. Turds. So what's up, man? I haven't seen you.
I know.
It's
guys,
my fault.
it is Monday. If you followers that I actually got called out by Nate, who I threw the shout out to last week. Nate Cope. He called me out today, and he's like, because I work with him. He's like, you know what really sucks? And I go, what? He's like, when I open up Spotify to see the new episode of my second favorite podcast, and there's no episode. And I was like,
what the fuck does he mean second favorite?
His first is Joe Rogan.
What a turd.
But we are apparently his second recommended.
Joe Rogan's?
No, it's Joe Rogan was his number one, but we are like a second recommended, I guess.
Yeah,
so I don't know, which is pretty dope.
That's amazing.
He looks forward to the episodes.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
appreciate you, Nate.
We weren't able to have an episode last week. The bagel was a little stale.
Yeah, the bagel had fucking strep throat. Who fucking knew that was a real thing? Apparently everybody. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought it was just like a thing. Like I went to the doctor and they were like, "Yeah, you have strep throat," and I was like, "Cool." Just give me my fucking pills and I'm going to go to work in 3 hours. And they were like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, they're like, we'll see you at work in like a week. I was like, yeah, that's for pussies.
Yeah.
No, dude, it was fucking horrible.
My dad says that's for pussies.
Exactly. That's strep throat pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just have a cough drop, homo. Like,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Exactly. But yeah, that's my fault and I apologize. And of course, I missed seeing you, but I didn't want to give you my horrible throat aids.
Oh, I appreciate that greatly.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's over the last week. Let's see, did a little bit of horse racing gambling.
Nice.
Won like $20 off of that.
Nice. Do you have a system?
No, it's literally all luck. By the cards you're dealt, the dice that's rolled, it's literally all fucking luck. It's like a horse race, like board game.
Got it. Okay, I
Both
thought maybe
real
it was like
gambling.
horse racing, like on television.
No.
Okay.
I mean, that would seem cool too.
Yeah.
But yeah, won $20 off of that.
Nice.
We went and saw Gogo Bordello on Saturday, which was awesome.
Yeah. One of my favorite bartenders, Barb, from Lincoln Park Pub, was there, and she said it was a fucking riot.
They're always amazing. They're always so great. And then we went to my buddy Mikey had his Fuel Cleveland this weekend, which is like it's a free, it's like a car show, but with motorcycles.
Nice.
And Ma had her food truck there this weekend, which apparently fucking made a killing off of. She was the only one.
How is Ma?
She's doing great. It was. Listen, when I went up there to go say, hey, I stepped up in that truck. It was hot as fuck.
Oh, I bet.
But you know, she was killing it. She was the only food truck that had breakfast.
Nice.
So Saturday and Sunday morning, people were like in line for like. She had sausage and gravy, fucking burritos. Dude. She had breakfast tacos, like just killing it.
Smart.
But actually, and there is actually something funny that kind of came up also. So we have a couple of friends, and we were invited. Their parents wanted to do a Juneteenth cookout, right? So I was like, okay. That's cool, I guess. You know, I don't know. I guess we can celebrate that. I don't know. Like, I just never knew anybody that was doing that. So we were invited to go to their parents' house for like a cookout dinner thing. So we're like, okay, fine, like no big deal. And their parents they're both like, they're great people. You know, dad's really funny. And then as we were asking more details about it, it started getting weird.
No shit.
Yeah, and
Juneteenth cookout got weird.
Yeah,
get right out of fucking town.
Listen, they're all white. Yeah,
of course.
So then we're like, well, they started describing the party, and they're like, oh yeah, like my dad, he used to do this thing where he'd put the little, you know, like those little like jockey statues that people used to have.
Oh,
it was like
so
the
racist.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like he would put one of those out in the street with a sign that says Happy Juneteenth. And maybe that's genuine. I don't know.
Probably, but racist.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah,
so I think like their mom told them like, don't fucking do that. Like that does probably come off racist.
Yeah. What was the word for that? Like there was a word for that type of racism where it was like cartoony, and like it was like big lips
and like the really black
huge,
face,
super black face.
Yeah,
huge. Like,
I don't know. That was like in like
but
the fucking 20s
Yeah,
or
exactly.
30s or all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then,
back when Disney was good.
yeah. So then we're like, okay, so like that's fine. This seems a little weird, but it's fine. We'll do it. So then we're like, cool. So should we bring anything? And they're like, no. My dad's doing all the cooking. And we're like, we'll bring a bottle of wine for their mom.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice lady. And then they proceed to tell us
You don't
that,
think maybe a bottle of Hypnotic? or
gosh, I'm trying to think of what the shit.
Hen
Hennessy?
Doggy Dog.
Yeah. Hen Doggy Dog.
Yeah.
But then we're like, so like, we're asking like, what's going on for dinner? Should we bring anything? And they're like, oh, well, they're making fried chicken, collard greens.
Oh my God.
There's going to be watermelon, and Jess and I slowly, like that Family Guy, like the Stewie, like the slow look, like to each other, going like,
the most racist menu of all time.
The
awesome.
fuck? And then there's like, for a quick second, I look over and I go, what's for dessert? Cross burnings? Like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Like, what the hell is this?
I love it. I thought this was going to go a different way, where you were going to be the person who was kind of crossing that racial barrier, where like they were just going to have a straight up cookout, and you were going to show up with like 40s and brown paper bags,
KKK
and like
outfit?
a bunch
Yeah,
of
of course,
fucking pocket watches,
pulling out my
inside of
Sunday's
your
best.
jacket.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You're wearing like 5 pagers, and you're like, oh, I thought this was a Juneteenth party. I didn't know you guys were having chicken. Like,
so then thankfully we were trying to figure out, like, do we go to this, because we now knowingly it feels very racist. Thankfully they were super hungover the next day and kind of were bailing on their own parents, so we made other plans. But that was
awesome. So, that sounds so uncomfortably fun to me.
Oh yeah.
I love uncomfortable shit like that.
Listen, Jess and I, we debated this back and forth, but then we're like, you know what? This is going to be an experience.
Yeah.
We should go, and just to see how ridiculous or maybe how racist these people actually might be.
I love
and
that,
how uncomfortable.
I love that Jess let you go, because Jen would never let me go to that.
Well,
she would put the kibosh on that. I'd be like, hey, do you want to go to a Juneteenth? And she'd be like, you can stop after Juneteenth. You're not going to that. Like, you will be inappropriate, and we will get fucking thrown out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't go, but we folded up the KKK uniforms, put them back in the drawer, so we didn't have to go, but
your evening wear.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a really uncomfortable thing to try to have to be like, oh no, do we do this or don't we do this?
Did I ever tell you about when I was going to Bay Village High School, and I was in multicultural literature, and we had to do a project in teams about different cultures, and I walked up first to like pick out of the hat of what culture I was going to get, and this teacher, Judy Coolidge, who was like 4'10", super democratic lesbian, awesome teacher, one of my favorite teachers of all time. And I was walking up there, and I was like, blacks. And she was like, it's African Americans, asshole. And I was like, whatever. And I reach into the hat, and I open it up, and it says African Americans. And I show it to her, and she goes, Jesus fucking Christ. And I go, that's right. I'm doing this. So I got to do it with 2 other people. I did it with this guy named JP, who was extraordinarily smart, but very, like, no social etiquette whatsoever.
Okay.
And then I did it also.
All business.
Yep. And then this guy, Travis, who had just moved up from Texas and was casually racist.
I was going to say.
He didn't mean
probably racist.
He didn't mean it. He didn't mean to be, like, racist. Like, literally.
Like, he'd crack the jokes, but.
No, not even. I mean, he literally told me, he was like, because I confronted him about it. I was like, look, dude, we're going to go hard, but, like, you're going too hard. And he's like, no, he's like, in my neighborhood in Texas, he's like, I would see like a black dude jogging down the street, and he would literally wave at the person and go, morning, N-word.
Whoa.
And the person would go, morning, sir, and keep jogging. Like, that was just normal speak.
That's what they do down in Texas?
Well, that's what they did down in Texas 25
apparently, back in the 90s.
Years ago. Yeah, back in those good old days. But Yeah, so I had the smartest guy ever and a racist and myself for this multicultural literature presentation we had to do. And when we walked in, Travis is wearing a KFC t-shirt, JP is holding a basketball, and I walked in with a watermelon.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And we started off and we're like, can anybody guess what culture we're doing?
Holy shit.
And people in the like our audience, which is 17-year-old fucking Bay Village high school students, they're not saying shit. And I'm like, come on, let's do it. Just somebody call it out. What is it? And somebody goes, African American. I go, how do you know that? And they're like, he's holding a basketball. And the guy throws him the basketball and is like, great. What else? And they're like, you got a watermelon. It got so fucking racist so fast.
My God.
Yeah, dude, I had pagers plural on. I had watches inside my jacket. Like, it was so fucking racist, but everybody called out everything, and then we were like, that is your racism. Here's our presentation.
Oh,
and,
nice.
Yeah.
What a nice turnaround.
Yeah, it was great. And Judy Coolidge, at the end of it, everybody filed out of the class, and I was walking out last, and I was like, hey, Judy. And she was like, it's Miss Coolidge. And I was like, whatever. You're like 3.5 feet tall. Fuck off. And I was like, how'd I do? And she's like, I would love to expel you from this high school. And I go, that's nice. I don't think you're tall enough. And she's like, but I'm going to give you an A because it was a fucking awesome presentation.
Well, that is a great fucking way to turn that around.
Yeah,
to
dude.
like be like, who are we? Wow, you're all fucking racist.
Exactly. Like, why? Like, how do you figure this is that? And they're all like, oh, it's Bay Village, so there's only 2 black people in the entire city, And it was just everybody just calling out their own racism, and the whole time Judy Coolidge is on fucking fire about it. And then we were like, yeah, this is racism. Like, we're holding up the mirror to society. And she was like, I want to expel you so bad, but this was a fabulous presentation.
Well done.
Yeah.
Right. Nicely done.
Okay.
Let's also not forget, too, also this Juneteenth party was like at the end of July.
Oh, well, they're classically late.
Yeah. So actually,
was there a movie shown at the Juneteenth, and did people yell and throw things at the screen?
We didn't go. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you.
Yeah, we didn't go. We chose not to hang out with these crazy racists. So speaking of back in the 90s, old Paul Rubens got the news today.
So sad. I don't want to talk about it.
He's gone, man.
Pee-wee no more.
It's Pee-wee Herman. And he always played like funny little parts too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was in Mystery Men, which I thought was a dog shit movie.
It sure was.
Terrible movie.
Terrible.
But he had like little funny roles. Like I think that he was like a PI like in like the Matilda movie. And
but then he was Derek for real in fucking Blow. And he was so good as a serious character.
Oh my God, yeah.
He was so fucking good. And that was the first time I ever saw him as a person, not Pee-wee, not a character. Because I grew up with Pee-wee Herman.
Yeah. So
Loved
do I.
that shit. Loved it with him and fucking Captain Carl and Miss Yvonne.
Yep.
And Jambi. Loved that shit. We grew up with that shit. And then, obviously after that, we heard about him stroking his cock in a gay movie theater or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
The porn theater.
Yeah, first of all, who doesn't stroke their cock at a porn theater?
Right.
What the fuck are you going to
People
ostracize
are literally
this guy for?
hired to clean the cum off the
jizz
floor.
moppers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's your position title.
Yeah. What would you have to be paid an hour to be a jizz mopper? Now, I have a follow-up question before you answer it. So, because now I'm thinking about it. All right, so there are 2 scenarios. So one would be the movie theater scenario where you literally have like a mop
in a bucket,
and there's just
like
jizz,
the big yellow,
just like fucking slime everywhere.
Yeah.
But the other one is those porno theaters where it's like a window would open up and then like a chick would dance
like
in
the
front
ones
of
that are in
you.
the actual porn stores.
Yeah. And then you have to probably like squeegee it off the fucking
you have to
window.
you have to put like the big
is so much
fucking
more
yellow
personal.
gloves on, and you have to like you're like hands and knees in it,
Oh my God.
yeah, because those dudes are just coming all over it.
So much cum.
All of it.
Yeah.
Everything that's in that room has cum on it.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine if you're there and like that little partition goes up and the window's there and there's just like butt cheeks, you're just like, I'm going to cover this window and cum.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
That is my, and if I don't, I'll jerk off a second. I'll throw in 75 more cents and I'll jerk off a second time in 4 minutes. Like, I'm going to fucking finish this window. But yeah, I think that mopping it off the floor, I would do it for cheaper than squeegeeing.
Well,
it's more personal, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if I had to do it,
You do.
yeah. So if I had
someone has to.
right, if I had to do it in an actual movie theater where they're showing like the porn movies, that I don't know. It would be more than minimum wage, but like that's
What's minimum wage?
I think it's like 14.
Holy fuck.
I think minimum wage is like around 14 now.
Wow.
I don't know 100%. So I don't know. Let's do $20 an hour.
Well, in my younger years, yeah, I would take $20 an hour. But all right. So here's
I'm looking at it this way, though. I don't mean to cut you off,
Sure.
but I'm going to jump into this and then I'll let you go. The only way I would probably do a porn shop come mop guy is if I was completely fucking homeless, had nothing, and I was living in the streets, and they're like, we'll pay you, and you get a closet to sleep in.
Oh.
So I'm not on the streets, and I got a little cash in my pocket.
I thought you were going to ask for like an 8-minute free viewing.
Well, that's
which
part of
brings up
that's
the
part
next
of the raise.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do that at the beginning of your shift, so you could just mop up your own jizz with other people's jizz on top of it, or would you like clean off the window and give yourself a fresh start, and then leave it for the next guy?
Well, I think your job titles, you got to make sure those are clean for anybody that's going to be coming in there.
Right,
No pun intended.
Right. But there has to be like, I don't imagine those places close. I'd imagine they're like 24 hours.
Well, I guess it depends on where you're at. I mean,
you'd be like working the closing shift until midnight, and then at like 11:58, you're like, fuck Nate, and you just fucking jerk off on the window. And he's like, hey, did you do all of your closing duties? And you're like, yeah, I sure did, fucker. And he's just like, God damn it, there's fresh jizz in here. You're giving him the finger, a thumbs down as you drive away.
Yeah, thumbs down.
Dude, like, I don't know, that'd be funny. Leave him a fresh load.
Right.
Fuck you, Nate.
Well, the thing is that the porn shop that's down over here on like Berea, like, you know what I'm talking about, down with a little curve, Adult Mart or whatever. They have like quarter boots, but I think it's only to like check out any movie that they have in there. There's no live girls in there, but it's like, oh, I want to watch this amputee orgy.
Why? You bring up amputees all the time when we talk about porn. It's so fucking weird. But it's whatever kink you're into. It's fine.
Yeah.
Have you ever rented a porn? Like from one of those places? Like, did you ever go to Family Video when Family Video had porns?
I did, but I was under 18 and I would see the curtain. I would walk in, be like, walking along the new release wall and be like, oh, what is this room? Oh, no, how did I get in here? Oh, my God, there's boobs.
Oh, you must have gone to a fancy one if it had a curtain. The ones that I went to with the Family Videos, they always had those, like, saloon-style doors.
Oh, the saloon doors? Yeah. Or they'd have that, too.
So fucking creepy.
Because they did that shit on purpose, dude. Yeah, so they know whatever fucking pervert or 16-year-old boys sneaking in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I went and I was checking out some videos, and this guy was like, hey, you got two pornos there. I go, thank you. I'm a waiter. I have 2 pornos to rent.
I couldn't decide between one or the other.
He's like, just so you know.
Big black butts and amputee orgy.
Yeah. I mean, this is a long time ago. He's like, those 2 are it's $5 to rent those 2, but if you want a third one, it'll only be $6. And I was like, well, I have to go get another porn.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, you definitely do. And he's like, hold on a second. And he pulls out this huge, like, 3-ring binder. Oh, I wish. And he just, like, flips through it, and he's like, yeah, looking at the things that you're renting, you might be interested in... And he, like, points at a porno, and it was called, like, anabolic cum shots. And it was just, like, chicks, like, where another chick is, like, holding her mouth cheeks open, and then people are just, like, voraciously jizzing into her mouth. And I was like, bro,
oh my God,
so aggressive and gross. And he was like, and I was like, I'll take it. So I mean, I had to know. I don't know. I didn't know. Maybe
I can't believe you're forcing me.
Yeah, how dare you? And
you're tricking me into getting this for $1.
Yeah, well, it's like I was losing money if I didn't get it.
Right. So wait, what 2 porns did you have that made this guy think like this guy's totally going to be into these?
I have no
voraciously cum shots. Is that how you said it?
Yeah. It was anabolic cum shots. It was voraciously jizzed into her gaping mouth. God, it was awful. Still, it's like scarring.
It was awful. I only
so
came
much
8 times.
Yeah. I jerked off 3 times and brought it back and was like, this is a 1-star review. Fuck yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot, asshole. I only came 3 times for $1. 33-cent nut shots. Like, I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. So as we usually do, we get off topic into dicks and cum and
Yep, we sure did.
whatever else dirty things that us boys talk about. The whole reason why we're here is we are going to do a fucking 1990s growing up extravaganza.
Hell yeah, dude. 90s were so fun.
They were so fun. I honestly think it was like the most fun
decade.
Right. And I know that seems biased because we grew up in it,
Sure.
but like, I mean, I feel like I've done enough study and understanding of what prior decades are. And then even the ones after, I mean, 90s were just the fucking
So fun.
coolest thing. And also, I was just thinking about this the other day is that the 90s, I feel like, is the last decade to have like its own genre of music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you get like 70s was like, you know, like Stones and all that.
Absolutely.
And like, and obviously before that was like the Beatles stuff. And then there's like
Sure.
the crooners. And then the 80s was like either like the new wave or it was like the hair metal.
Yep.
But 90s, we had, there was what? The grunge, like the Soundgarden, Nirvana, Pearl Jam. And then,
Fuck yeah.
I mean, then you have all of obviously like the pop music, which is like Len and Chumbawamba and Aqua.
Fucking Chumbawamba.
Right. And then the end of the decade, the boy bands and Britney Spears were all leaking in too.
Yeah, I mean, you told me that you wanted to do this this 90s theme, and I brought my book, and I immediately wrote out a bunch of bands, TV shows, shit like that I love from the 90s.
Perfect.
If you had said, like, hey, let's do a 2000s, I would have no idea where to start. I wouldn't even know.
That's where
everything gets so
confusing.
muddied in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like it just stopped being an actual like decade.
Right. I mean,
Like 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s were so indicative of themselves, and then 2000 everything just got mushed together a little bit.
right, because in the beginning of the 2000s is when we had like TRL and then like all of the boy bands and all of those pop like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, those were like exploding during that time.
Yeah.
But then once you get a little past that, that at least for me was like the big fucking like emo indie thing. So I guess what I just said is kind of a lie because all that really started in the early 2000s. I'm a fucking liar. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, did you get into emo? And then I looked at you. And of course you fucking got into emo.
Sorry, I'm not better looking.
Let me be more clear. Have you gotten out of emo?
No, fuck no.
No, fuck no.
No, I fucking, it's like and like the bands that I love the most fit in like that genre of music. No. So, sorry.
Go on. No.
Okay.
After you.
So, with you saying that, I'm glad that you wrote all this stuff down because I was also writing stuff down in like multiple categories.
Did. Yeah. And before you go, I'm going to interrupt you one last time, then I'll let you go. Because you sent me a text and you were telling me about the categories that you wanted me to think about. And you meant to write the word toys. And somehow your phone auto-corrected to tits.
Tits.
And I said, perfect. Let's do 90s tits as well. I mean, toys for sure. But 90s tits, man.
Oh, yeah.
So many good ones.
Well, what's funny is that you said that is what I did is kind of playing along to our olds, like our end of the episode games. I had ripped out and wrote down all the different categories. So basically, you pull a name out of the hat, and then whatever category that is, we fucking talk about. And guess what? Tits is in there.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Because of that. My autocorrect led to your joke, and now it's actually going to be a thing.
All right. So are we playing this now?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. This is going to be, we're going to do a fucking 90s episode.
I love it. All right. Before we jump into it, I just want to ask if you were to pick one pair of 1990s tits, I'd like to know whose tits those were.
So you want to ask this before we even get into maybe pulling out that tits category?
Oh, fine. I'll wait for the game. I have such a good answer. But go on.
Listen. No.
I want to play your game.
No, this is fine. Because we can do a circle back around.
No, I want to play your game.
The the initial 90s tits that are the first thing that come to my mind was Pamela Anderson.
Of course it is. I mean, those were the first hugest tits ever.
The first hugest tits you saw
tits.
like on TV or movies or whatever.
Yeah, I was talking to my I got a tattoo today. I was talking to my tattoo guy, and I was telling him like we're doing this 90s thing, and I was like, we have a category that's tits, and I was like, what do you think for 90s? And he was like, I don't have to think anything. It's fucking Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, she was the original like obnoxiously large tits.
Yeah, I think anybody that grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
And you asked them that question, everyone would say Pamela Anderson.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well,
you ready?
Cheerio. And let's
and do a quick
shooter.
A pre-game shot or a discussion. It's not really a game, but we do have one for the ends.
Absolutely.
Salute, bud.
Salute. And Paul Rubens, god damn it.
R.I.P., buddy.
You're gonna be so fucking funny in heaven.
Or hell.
Probably.
I think hell's gonna be more fun.
Oh, me too, but Paul Rubens is going to heaven. As long as they let masturbators in there.
I'm pretty sure that's a sin.
Chronic masturbators.
Wasn't that part of
in heaven, yeah.
Isn't that one of the things that they told us, right? When we were talking about the things like parents told us to get all the hair on your hands?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The bullshit lies that our parents told us.
Look at these babies, fucking so fresh, no hairs.
Yeah, obviously no masturbating.
Only jerked off 3 times in my whole life.
And it was to those cum shots.
Yeah. Inside of 12 minutes came so much.
I jerked off 3 times, one for each of the videos that I rented.
Yep. I hired somebody to squeegee my own windows. So much cum.
All right, bud. So here's the hat.
Okay. So I'm picking one.
Just pick out one. Yeah. Open it up, and then whatever it is, we're just going to... You pick something from your list.
We're just going to rap about it.
Yeah.
Fad fashion.
Okay. So any fad or fashion that you remember from the 90s.
Yeah. For me, I think you pronounced them differently than I did, but I said Junko jeans. You said Janko?
No, Jinko.
Jinko?
Yeah, Jinko.
Wasn't it like JNCO?
CO, yeah, Jinko. Yeah. I mean, that's always what we always called it. I guess I don't really know the real pronunciation.
I mean, I don't want a Fanta about it. You fucking turd. But
nice throwback.
Yeah, you don't want a Fanta. But yeah, those were so dumb.
Yeah,
they were so dumb.
It was
and
always
gross.
The stoners, the stoner skaters that had them.
Yeah,
because I was a skater, but not a stoner.
Yeah, but they were so gross because anytime you'd walk through a puddle, they'd get all wet.
Oh,
and then you'd have wet jean bottoms. Yeah, on your feet.
Well, they were like a fucking umbrella that came completely all the way around your shoe and rubbing on the ground.
Yeah,
and everyone that had them fucking loved that they were basically rubbing on the ground so much that they'd start like tearing apart and like
gross
twirling, you know, dude, like the threads are twirling up.
So gross.
Oh my gosh.
What a horrible fashion trend. I mean, it really was. It was so dumb.
I remember though being like 7th grade, like I wanted a pair so bad.
I never did. I made fun of kids that wore those.
I mean, they were like $75, $80. Like, I know, for
that's what was
jeans.
Crazy. They were like, they looked like they were for poor people, but they were super expensive.
Yeah. And somehow it was always the fucking stoners that dressed the shittiest at school.
Yeah.
That you'd be like, your parents can't afford that because they're on welfare.
Right, exactly.
But somehow, or maybe they stole them though. Could have stole the jeans. I bet there's probably plenty of kids that stole Jinkos because their parents could afford it. Mine couldn't.
Yeah. Those Jinko kids never strike me as smart enough to be stealing shit. I don't know. They were always like stoner, but not just, I mean, I was a stoner in high school, but those weren't just like straight stoners. Stoner. They were like, that was a weird type of stoner. Like they were like goth stoners.
Well, it was kind of all the degens all in one. It was so... You got the goth and like the stoners and the skaters.
And emo.
Emo wasn't around yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what they
would. But if it was.
Yeah, that's exactly what they would say. Yeah, I was enjoying it before.
You said
it
10
was
more
cool.
years.
Yeah. No,
those are called hipsters. I'm an emo elder now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We'll talk about that another time.
Okay. Yeah, so that was a fashion trend I never got into. But again, going to Bay Village High School, you know, there's a lot of rich white kids, and I wanted to fit in. So I remember saving my allowance for like 3 months and spending it on a pair of jeans from Structure. Do you remember Structure?
I remember Structure, yeah.
Bro, those jeans were like fucking $80.
Yeah.
And they were so dumb. The only thing they had going for them was the label that said Structure, which was, by the way, inside of the pants,
Right.
so no one can see that
No.
shit. But then they had that loop on the outside where you could hang a hammer from if
Oh,
you were like
yeah.
a fucking carpenter. And I was like, oh my God, I have to have these jeans. And my mom is like, are you building something? And I'm like, no. And she's like, then what the fuck do you need this loop for? And I'm
Yeah.
like, shut up, Mom, you idiot. Like, you don't know. I'm trying to fit in. And she's like, with carpenters? And I'm like, would you fuck off, Mom? You don't understand what cool is.
Yeah.
And they were not super cool at all.
No.
No.
You know what's funny is that obviously I would assume even still to this day that like even like Levi's are still like the big boy brand. But I was watching and this was years ago. What was that goofy ass show with the Storage Wars?
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
when that was a show?
Sure.
And they would find like a whole box of Levi jeans, and they're like, "Well, I don't know that much
These are
about this, so I'm gonna
original
take it to a guy that I know."
Right.
That's really
I have a denim guy.
Yeah.
What a fucking weirdo.
yeah, and they'd take them to somebody, and they'd be like, "Oh, these have like the original like red
Look at-
threads
look at
like on
these
the
rivets."
inside."
Yeah.
and then like they
fuck.
would fucking sell those jeans for like hundreds of dollars for like each pair. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
It's crazy.
But yeah, dude, Jinkos were. I remember also at a point too where like, that they had because we used to have like the Westgate Mall, and there was a Kohl's that was attached to it.
Sure.
And in there, or maybe it could have been like a Dillard's, I don't know, but they used to sell the Jinko brand that was fucking huge.
Yeah.
But they weren't selling the big gigantic jean ones that we were just talking about, but these ones were more of like they were like khaki colored, but they were like raincoat material, and then like
What?
yeah, and so like you can like unzip them like right below the knee, so if you want to have shorts, you can take off the bottom half.
Oh yeah, I had those.
And they had like the scrunchy thing to like
Yeah,
tighten
dude.
up, so
I
that
had
way.
those. I got those from PacSun.
Yeah,
You remember
PacSun.
Pacific
Yeah,
Sunwear?
holy shit, yeah,
dude, I got
Pacific
those from
Sunwear, yeah.
PacSun. I used to steal gift cards from there. Yeah, that's what I used to do.
Oh, okay. I thought there was more.
End of story. Yeah, I worked there for 4 days and I stole like $2,000 worth of gift cards and then I quit.
Did you have to like? Don't you have to do something to like?
You sure do.
Like scan them? I was like, you can't just fucking take the cards, then they don't work.
Yeah, I just scanned them and I figured out this way where I could do. It was like the equivalent of comps, but it was a delete because my manager was so lazy. He had a swipe card, so he was supposed to swipe anytime you needed a managerial function, but he didn't want to carry it around, so he made it the number 5. So all you had to do is when it was like, you need a manager card, you just pressed 5 and enter, and it went through.
I believe that.
So I just grabbed $40, $50 gift cards, and I was like, fuck you, Ezekiel. And fucking ran all of those, and I was like, I quit and I hate this job. And then I came back and I was like, I'll have 130 sweatshirts from PacSun.
Yeah.
He's like, how do you afford that? You don't have a job. And I was like, you're about to not have a job, dummy. These are your $2,000, you piece of shit.
Can we talk about the mall here for a second?
Oh, hell yeah. Which mall?
So for me was Westgate Mall. I don't know if did you go to Westgate?
I did. I was more of a Great Northern
Sure.
boy.
I grew
I
up-
also enjoyed Randall Dark Mall. Do you remember that?
No.
Randall Park.
Oh, Randall Park.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Ugh, rough.
I mostly grew up in Fairview. So I did have Westgate Mall, and then there was also Great Northern Mall. But Westgate Mall doesn't exist anymore. It's actually where the giant, it's kind of like an outdoor mall, like the plaza that's like at like 210 and Center Ridge. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like the Rocky River border thing. The
Do
Westgate
malls-
Plaza, I think it's called.
Do malls exist at all? Is that a thing?
I think Strongsville and Great Northern are still kicking. But Parmatown's was knocked down forever ago. Westgate's gone. Like everywhere else is all gone. I think those are like the last two standing. And what's funny is that the Kohl's was actually attached to Westgate Mall. So they actually tore down the entire fucking mall, but left the Kohl's there, which is still standing to this day. But fuck, man, I remember like going in there and just being a fucking mall rat every day after school, skateboarding up there.
Yeah.
We had friends that worked in the arcade, so we would just get free tokens to fucking
Nice.
play.
I was an arcade guy, but I hated them all.
Oh yeah,
But I
like
was
Killer
an arcade
Instinct and Mortal Kombat and
hell
all
yeah.
that shit, dude. And just walk around the mall doing nothing. Remember when they used to give you, at stores they had those AOL CDs that were like free to grab? we would take a handful of those and then just fucking throw them down the mall and let them just roll into people's feet. I remember fucking the Foo Fighters, the very first Foo Fighters CD came out, and I was really excited about them. Yeah, me too. Yeah. And at the time, I think CDs were like $10. I had like $8 in my pocket. So I got all my friends to fucking basically run around to look and to see anybody that was an adult and ask for a quarter to use on the payphone to call their folks.
You fucking Oliver Twisted all of your friends up?
Absolutely. Nice. I'm like, boys, spread out. And then so we'd be like, excuse me, ma'am, do you have a quarter so I could call my mom to come pick me up? I don't know why I have my hands on my head.
I wish there was a video that we could watch of this, because Tony just put his fists like on his hips with his elbows out, like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like, you little fucking dago. Like, yeah. Excuse me, madame.
There's nobody even here except for me and you.
Could I have a quarter to call my mom?
But yeah, it would be that like, oh, can I have a quarter to like call my mom? They'd be like, oh, sure, dear. Here's 2 in case the first one doesn't go through. Yeah. And then
maybe it's long distance.
Yeah. And then basically we'd all get together. I'm like, cool, we have the extra couple bucks, and then we'd go fucking buy the Foo Fighters CD.
Yeah. Man, buying CDs, that's such an old statement.
We used to go. Do you remember Sam Goody?
I do.
We used to, our Westgate Mall had a downstairs.
I remember that at Westgate Mall.
Yeah, we used to go down there and like steal CDs and take them to school and sell them. That's actually how I found out about the band Lords of Acid.
Nice.
They had a single CD for Pussy.
Show it to me.
That's it. That's the only reason why I know who that band was.
Yeah, dude, it's the best jam.
Yeah.
Of Lords of Acid. Not the best song of all time.
Friends working in the food court and just fucking getting like, I'll buy a French fry from McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
That they throw in like 3 double cheeseburgers and a bunch of nuggets and shit.
Yeah. What was your favorite food court thing at the mall?
Probably Sbarro. I know that's seems very stereotypical, but
Michael Scott said it was the best slice he'd ever had in New York.
That's true.
It's got to be good.
I mean, especially being 14. I mean, those are the big ass fucking giant slices of pizza. You know.
Yeah. I was a sucker for an Orange Julius.
Orange Julius, yeah.
Dude, that drink was so fuck. It was like a fucking orange creamsicle in a glass. It was so good. And you felt like you were doing something healthy for yourself because it was like orange juice.
Yeah.
But then they're like, no, not
this
really.
This has got a ton of sugar.
They're like, yeah, dude, it's all high fructose corn syrup and heavy cream. And I'm like, look at me just getting ready for my fucking defenses against, colds. And they're like, no, dude. This is going to give you diabetes. I'm like, I don't care. It's so delicious.
Worth it.
Yep, 100%.
Oh, man. Yeah, the malls were fucking super dope.
Yeah.
Walden Books.
Yeah.
Used to go in there when they had go to their magazine rack. And then, of course, like they'd have like the Playboys at the top shelf.
Yeah, the ones that had like a cover that went down like to the chick's, like the bottom of her throat. So you couldn't see anything below that.
Yep.
Like,
and only her face. Yeah, we just kind of like pinch the plastic and pull it up just enough
so you can wink.
Yes, you can see the boobs.
I saw a nip.
Yeah.
I have to go poop. I'll be back in 6 minutes. So I have a nip. You'll rip one off in the fucking mall bathroom.
Oh, yeah, dude. The malls are so fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
Like that was a fucking thing, just being fucking mall rats at fucking 14 years old.
Yeah. I was supposed to go see Ralphie from A Christmas Story.
Oh, okay.
The young brother.
Yeah.
And he was coming to Randall Park Mall, which we called Randall Dark Mall.
I do remember.
It got really fucking ghetto, like not tenable ghetto. And he was like doing picture signings, and I was going there, and he was going to be there for like 3 hours. So I showed up like an hour and 40 minutes into his time, and I was standing in line, and this person's like, I'm very sorry, but Ralphie's not here. And I go, what do you mean he's not fucking here? He's supposed to be here for 3 hours. And she's like, he left half an hour ago. He said this place is disgusting. I was like, God. Bro, it is. Like, I don't blame him at all. But I still want a picture with fucking Ralphie.
And you never got one?
Right out of it. Yeah, dude. You know what, Ralphie, if you're listening, I still want a picture. just so you know.
Yeah.
You screwed me out of it, but I'll take another one. All right, so I think you're up out of the hat.
All right. I'm going to pull one out here. Let's see what we have here. I'm trying to leave any dead air going on. And I got food.
Okay.
Let's see. For me, for the 90s, what about Ponderosa? Do you remember Ponderosa?
I do, yeah.
That was like the first like buffet, at least for my age, our generation, to like your folks are
100%.
like, we're gonna go out to eat. Where are we going to eat? We're going to Ponderosa. I'm 11. I have no idea what the hell that is.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
you get meatloaf and dino nuggets.
Yeah.
This is the highest end of culinary fashion. Right
Absolutely. Like you're just like walking around with like your folks and being like, oh, do you want macaroni and cheese? Do you want mashed potatoes? Do you want chicken wings? And do you want, a slice of pizza, French fries?
Yeah.
Oh, it was like the coolest fucking thing. And then
It
when
was
it came
such
time for
trash.
dessert, it was absolutely,
Such trash.
it was disgusting.
Oh my God.
But as a young child, it was
Amazing.
the dopest thing, especially
Absolutely.
when it's your first
100%.
buffet.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I can have everything. Yep. You can have get some salad,
Yep.
but you can have everything.
Yeah.
Fuck
get
yeah.
a little thing of salad,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could smash all the junk food.
Mhm.
And when it came time to dessert, soft serve ice
Soft serve
cream,
ice cream. Dude,
sprinkles,
what
and
the
gummy
fuck?
bears.
Why don't restaurants have that anymore? Like, why don't fancy restaurants have that? Like, for $4, you should be able to go get a bowl of soft serve with some fucking sprinkles on it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, like, go to Marble Room and have a fucking $110 steak and have a $40 seafood appetizer and a $18 cocktail. And then guess what? I like soft serve with fucking sprinkles on it.
Yeah.
For
Go ahead.
$4 when I'm done, yeah.
Dinner's done. Go ahead, go up to our
Give me those
soft serve
shitty
bar.
plastic bowls. And
Yeah.
I just want to hit that handle down
Or like-
and fucking do a terrible swirl. It's all gonna be crookedy, and I don't give a fuck. Yeah, dude, I'm into it.
Would you typically go cones or no pun intended?
No, I'm a bowl guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
like those like old like white porcelain bowls, the small ones, with, like the brown line that went
That's
all the
me.
way around the
Yeah,
rim.
Brown line.
Yeah.
I'm a brown line guy.
Because you could, because you could fit like your sprinkles and gummy bears and what
Yeah.
have yous all on there too.
You know, the thing with me for and again, I know it's a little on the nose, but for cones, I'm not a big fan because it's like putting a shot clock on my dessert. I'm not a big fan of it because it
Fair.
melts and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the cone gets like it loses its integrity,
Yeah,
and I don't care for that. I don't want to be on anybody's clock while I'm having fucking ice cream. So I'll do a bowl, especially in this scenario, because guess what, kiddo? If it's $4 for all you can eat fucking soft serve, and I'm enjoying my soft serve leisurely, and it melts, I'll fire not just the ice cream, the bowl right into the garbage can. Okay, I've paid $13 to be at this Ponderosa, and I will have a fresh bowl with
Every
fresh ice
time.
cream.
Yeah.
As soon as it gets melty, fuck you, firing the whole thing in the garbage.
Let me ask you: were you a vanilla, a chocolate, or
A twist, baby.
a twist?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it's better value.
Of course. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a twist. If
Yeah.
you don't get a twist, you're a
What the
fucking
fuck?
sociopath.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So you like vanilla? Yeah. But do you also like chocolate? Yeah. But then why didn't you get them twisted
Right.
It's
Together.
the same price? What are you doing?
Listen, anybody that
life?
only gets one or the other, the ones that were skinning cats
Oh,
as like a
absolutely.
young kid.
Yeah.
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 You go
Sociopath.
twist, it's twist or bust.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you remember, I think, like when Ponderosa started, and they were still kind of around, but then people were like, "Whoa, this buffet idea is fucking bussin'."
Uh-huh. And that's when like Golden Corral came out.
Yeah, and then there was like
Bro.
country
Oh
buffet.
my god.
Old country buffet. Yeah,
The
yeah.
OCB.
Yeah, OCB, dude.
So
yeah,
gross.
Golden Corral.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
man.
It's so gross.
Mm-hmm.
God, I think about it sometimes because I like the buffet format, but I like expensive buffets. Have you been to like a Las Vegas buffet?
No.
Okay, so I went to a buffet in Vegas last time I was there, which was like 10 years ago. It was a long time, but it was called Bacchanal, and this room for this buffet is probably 25,000 square feet. It's
Okay.
fucking enormous. Like literally, if you go there one time, you cannot visit every station.
Interesting.
It's like they have every genre. Like you can have Asian food, you can have French food, you can have Thai food, whatever. They move all, and then it's like there's a prime rib station, there's like a crab leg, like a lobster tail, like it's expensive. I mean, it's like I think it was $80 a person when we went, but I mean, you're eating the best shit.
Well, yeah, if you're getting
prime
top
rib
notch
and crab
food,
legs,
yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
So that's how I like to buffet. I'm not a guy that like Crump loves going to the shittiest Chinese buffets.
I mean, I am also
Oriental
guilty.
Palace. Yeah.
Guilty.
Gross. You
Yeah.
guys are disgusting.
Listen, because here's the deal: when you get regular Chinese food, it's like, all right, I want like a General Tso. It's like, okay, it's basically close to like $10. It's like, but I also want crab ragoon. Okay, there's another like $8, and I need 2 egg rolls.
I get it.
I need like a wonton soup. You know what I mean?
Yes, you're not telling me as a Jewish man who loves Chinese food. You're not. We're not reinventing the wheel. I love getting a little bit of everything, but those places are fucking disgusting.
I mean,
so gross.
Listen, we've been there so many times.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna not go. I'm just saying, like, it blows my mind when I see people there and they're like, "Have you tried the mussels?" And I'm like, "You're trying the mussels at the Oriental Palace? Like, you're gonna fucking die." And they're like, "Bro, these are the best mussels." And I'm like, "Have you ever had mussels anywhere else?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Obviously, you're gonna fucking die though."
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm not putting my life in your tiny little Oriental Palace hands.
Yeah.
For $18 dinner price, because God knows lunch $9.99, baby.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's nice because like sometimes even like when I do order Chinese, if I get like a General Tso or like a pepper steak and like the steak and peppers, onions,
Yeah.
I'm like, but I want lo mein instead of the rice.
Yeah.
That's still like $4 more.
Yeah,
you know.
you're right.
So it's nice to change it up a little bit.
Yep. Totally agree.
Okay, you ready for
I'm ready.
your shot here?
Let's go, baby.
Good. Have a pick.
Let's have a pick here. All right, staying on that 90s trend. And we have places.
Okay. So we kind of did like a place like with the mall, but like, I don't know. You got anything else in mind?
For the 90s?
Yeah, I mean like even like, or how about this? What about even like places that like that were around that like don't exist anymore?
Movie theaters.
Okay, now we're talking. This is good. Yes.
Do you remember going to the drive-in?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Holy shit, was that fun?
We used to go all the time. Like there's the one that was over in like the old Brooklyn.
Yeah.
The Memphis movie theater, which is gone now.
Yeah.
But we used to go there all the time. I was a kid.
Dude, it was so fun. I remember it being so fun. I remember getting lots of hand jobs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I got 0 hand jobs.
At the drive-in? What were you doing there? Just watching the movie?
Yeah, I was with my parents.
Thank God you didn't get a hand job. This would get a pretty weird conversation. You're like, I was with my parents and got the worst hand job ever.
Yeah,
like,
the worst.
I bet.
Yeah.
Way to go, Ma. Just kidding, Ma. I love you. Gross. But yeah. Drive-ins. I mean, if you asked a kid today what a drive-in movie theater was, I don't think they would know.
There's probably some because there's still one open in Ridgeville called the Autorama. But I think the next closest one's like in fucking like Aurora or something like that. Somebody that no one goes to.
Dude, they were so fun. I mean, I just remember like when you would drive into the drive-in, there was like a person there that was taking your money for how many occupants were in your car.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would like check your trunk to make sure you weren't sneaking
bringing
people
in like
through
a
the trunk.
cooler. Yeah. More people.
Yeah. But then we always had like an apparatus on the car where we could bring a cooler like underneath the car, which was super unsafe. But we would always bring in beer and booze. And we would, it was like those old things where they had those stands on either side of the car and those little microphones you'd have to bring in through the window.
Yeah, they would sit and hang on the window. You roll your window like halfway down.
Yeah, you'd have to tune your radio to whatever fucking
it said on like
it's like put it on 107.6 and you're like, my radio doesn't go to 107. It's only odds, and they're like, it does here. And then you could do that and you could like hold them, and like I remember just sitting on like the hood of my car, my back on the windshield, and just like watching that shit. It was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I missed that.
They're still actually dope. I mean, Jess and I went like 2 years ago,
What'd you see?
So what we were what they were doing was they were, and because they usually have like 3 different screens, right? So they're playing 6 movies, like
Right.
2 movies on each one. And on one of the screens, it was Harry Potter 1 and 2, and we're like, damn, this would be sick to see Harry Potter like on the big screen. And we showed up there, and they were all sold out. So what we ended up doing was seeing some movie with, what's the guy's name? Tom Batista, that big giant guy.
Dave Bautista.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
It
sure is.
Where he basically was like an FBI agent and trying to capture people, but he had to move into an apartment to listen, and then becomes best friends with like an 8-year-old girl. Which then becomes like his partner.
Yeah.
Like Spies Like Me, or
that looked terrible.
something like that. Yeah.
Everybody does that. Every big,
like
gigantic person does that.
You
like
have
Hulk
to
Hogan did it. The Rock did
You have to do like a Disney family-oriented
6-year-old
action movie.
girl partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Princess or Officer Princess, whatever the
Yeah.
horse shit.
So we basically were like, well, we're already here. We drove a half hour. Fuck it. Like we already, like, cause like Jess being like,
and hand job?
No, we debated on fucking.
You guys talked about a hand job?
Well, not hand jobs. We were talking about just trying to bang. Cause also they don't do the little speaker thing like in your window anymore. You now turn your radio to like an actual station, like you were just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about closing the trunk because she's got the SUV, so we went in backwards. So we like made like a little bed.
Yeah.
But Jess also packed like a big old basket with like Sammys and chips and whatnots.
What a gal.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Fuck yeah.
But we debated after the first movie on trying to do some.
Trying to bang one out?
Yeah. But we're like.
All right, so if you had backed in, then how would that even work? Like, where would you. Because you can't do it in the back facing the screen. But fucking in the front seat is no fun.
Listen, you can't do it anyway because the fucking car is going to be shaking.
Yeah.
What do you mean I can't? Or what are you, the slowest, stiffest bang ever?
Huh?
Like, if you're going to be banging in the car is going to be moving around. People are going to be noticing.
Yeah.
So.
For the 40 seconds, yeah.
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 That's 40 seconds of people being like, what the hell is going on over here?
What if it was like the pinnacle of the movie? What if it was like the best part?
Like they're so drawn into the movie
Dave
that they're not
Bautista and his fucking 8-year-old partner are just having a celebration about the fucking collar they got together, and the whole crowd erupts as the Cherokee starts rocking. Maybe we're just big fans, and we're not, doing a 40-second plow.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I
slightly regret it.
Yeah, you should.
But it is what it is. But listen, there's always next time.
If you could turn back time. Yeah. If you could go back, that's what you would do different.
Yeah.
I'd have banged her at that fucking drive-in.
Yeah. Listen, if you had a time machine and you could go back in time, what would you do?
For one time, I'd go back for 40 seconds and bang her in that fucking drive-in movie. Dude, you know what? Honestly, if I was a chick, I think I would find that pretty endearing. If you had a one-time time machine, and you were going to take that one chance with a time machine to go back in time.
That one shot.
And you were going to go back to bang her at a drive-in, that's flattering.
It's very endearing.
Dude, you could have done so many. I mean, you could have gone back and killed Hitler. I mean, you had so many options.
Yeah.
But you just wanted to fucking plow.
I just wanted to be inside her.
Be inside you for 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, while Dave Bautista is high-fiving an 8-year-old girl.
Yeah, the best 40 seconds she's ever had.
Yeah, not on the 8-year-old girl or Dave Bautista.
Oh, I'm talking about her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Okie doke.
And then there's the anabolic cum shots, obviously.
At the end of the Dave Bautista movie?
For a celebration.
It's like the after the credits. Like if you stay late, it's just a bunch of cum shots. Dude, did you leave early? Holy fuck, you missed out.
You missed on all the
end was wild.
Yeah.
What happened? A bunch of people fucking came.
Remember when he was like talking to like the little girl's mom that lived across the hall and they were kind of like in love with each other, but then like not? Oh,
God help
so
me.
many cum shots.
I was about to say a bunch of people came into Dave Bautista's mouth, but I don't think that's what we were talking about.
No.
But it couldn't be the 8-year-old girl.
Well, of course not.
Right. So who's receiving these anabolic cum shots?
Her mom.
Whose mom?
The 8-year-old's mom. She obviously.
I thought the whole premise was that she didn't have a mom, and that's why she's with.
She
Dave
doesn't have a
Bautista.
dad, and that's why he's like the dad figure.
So boring.
Jesus Christ! So you act
Holy
like you've never seen this
fuck,
movie.
Dude. What a boring premise. I've seen this movie 1,000
The
times.
mom lives across the hall from the place that they're renting out, so they can spy
She got
on
big
the
titties.
bad guys.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
I bet they're
years
long.
ago.
It was probably an old video. I bet she has long titties.
Maybe.
So before we get into tits, I was talking about this with my tattoo guy again, and we were talking about tits and about Pamela Anderson, and about how she had those first ever like comically large tits, which were great.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. We all thank you, Pamela Anderson. We all appreciate you. But tits are super cyclical. Like, do you remember before that when heroin chic was a thing? When like being a model for a chick meant that you had to be the skinniest possible person.
Oh yeah.
Like Kate Moss, like
Yeah,
fucking
like
see your ribs,
skeleton skinny.
Yeah, super skinny, no tits, tiny, like no butt. And that was super hot. And then
It wasn't though.
It wasn't. But it was.
For you maybe. For me, no.
No. It wasn't. But I mean, for the times, it was. Like that was the thing. That was getting like
That was
magazine
that's because
covers
they're
and
shoving it
shit.
down our throats. Yeah.
Right. But then after that, Pam Anderson, big ass titties, and that was
Fake
like
big ass titties.
yeah. Well, listen, if you can see them and you can touch them, they're fucking real, Tony.
I guess.
What do you mean you guess? Define real.
Natural.
That's not the same thing.
What do you mean? Have you ever felt fake titties?
Yes.
They're the worst feeling thing.
First of all, no, they're not.
Okay.
Okay.
There's worse things to
Let's settle-
feel.
Yeah. Yeah. All
right,
Oh my
there's
God. If
worse
I could go
feeling
home
things.
and get you a cactus right now. Yeah. Well, here's a
Here,
fucking
you want
fake
fake
tit or a cactus. And you're like, this titty's the worst thing I've ever felt. No, it fucking isn't.
Guess I'll take the cactus.
Exactly. So no, it's not. Okay, they're not as good as real tits.
Yeah.
But they're fine. But again, the whole thing was different sizes of tits. So heroin chic, very, very thin, emaciated, ribs, small tits, no ass. And then it went Pamela Anderson, big tits. And then after that went to like J-Lo, like giant asses.
Oh, getting real curvy.
Yeah, and then it's all cyclical. It's gonna come back again, and it's gonna be small butts are gonna be the thing next after all of these enormous butts. Holy shit! Like Doja Cat and
Some
Nicki
butts are
Minaj.
just-
They're
that's-
it's too much, bro.
It's too much.
It's too fucking. It's terrifying.
Yeah. And listen, I'm a butts guy.
Same.
Love butts.
Same. But you ever look at one and you're like, dude, no. Like,
Yeah. Like
you're
that's
gonna be disappointed.
too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for tits, it's not about size. It's about angle.
Like
Perk. It's about perk.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they aim correctly? Is basically what it is. Like
Is there a correction in aim
you're in the right range there. And by the way, they don't have to match. I don't mind if one's looking over here and one's like, not paying attention.
like a botched boob job?
I'm
That's
good
fine.
I'm
They're-
good with that.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, so wait, then does that consist on your perk calculation? Like they got to have a good perk. But if you're saying that they're fucking fish-eyed,
that's nips.
or like that they're
Yeah.
like an inbreeding of tits, that one's straight, but the other one's fucking
yeah, that's fine.
outward.
Yeah.
That's
But
okay.
I mean, if they have a good angle, like if your tits are sitting up nice, that's awesome. And if one of your nips is looking out of the corner of its eye, that's fine. Yeah. Angle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, small tits are great. Big tits are great. It's the same thing about asses too. Like it drives me crazy about women that they think they have to be whatever is like hot in the news. So like you don't have to. Having a big ass doesn't mean you have a nice ass. And having a
wrong.
small ass doesn't mean you have a nice ass.
Mhm.
You can just have a nice ass, and it can be big or small.
Agreed.
But you can have a small ass that stinks, or you can have a big ass that's awful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure all the
Yeah.
butts are stinking at one point or another.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
You want to pull one more? I think you're up.
Yeah. Let's do another one, and
Let's
then we can cut into a
Yeah.
game.
Absolutely.
Maybe we could do one. Maybe we'll do two. We'll see what the discussion, how we roll out here. Okay, let's see. It's my turn, and I'm going to pull books.
Books
Yeah,
from the 90s.
books from the 90s. So,
I have to think on this.
okay, so to me, the first one that comes to mind, Goosebumps.
Oh, R.L. Stine for sure.
Yeah, Goosebumps. Do you remember? And then do you remember like they made like a TV show out of it?
I don't.
Oh, you never saw the TV show?
No.
Oh, but let me play something. Because anybody that knows anything, when you saw the Goosebumps cartoon as a kid, like you knew this music and you're like, hell yeah. You ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Like, take a look at this. This was like the intro. Like, the guy comes up with the suitcase and all of his papers fly out and all like the G's are going everywhere for the Goosebump logo.
Love it.
And the dog with the glowing eyes.
Also love it.
Yeah. Now, did you read any of the Goosebump books as a kid?
I was not a big Goosebumps person when I was a kid. I was a big Stephen King fan when I was a kid. So I read like It when I in the 90s, and I got like the chunky hardback version and loved it. I fell in love with Stephen King when I was a kid.
I mean, I love Stephen King. Also fell in love with him as a kid. I just read the book. It
was so fucking long.
for the
It's like
first time, like
900 pages long. It's so fucking long.
it was like earlier this year. I think I finally read it. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it at a garage sale, and it was like $1, and it was the hardback copy of it. And I remember I was like 13 years old, so it was like 1994, and I was reading it in my bedroom, and my mom would come and she'd be like, "Turn your light off and go to bed." And I'd be like, "Okay," and then I would turn my lamp off, and then I had like a reading light that I would keep that she couldn't see from under the doorway, and I would read through that. And I kept that book on my chest while I was reading it, and then as I would doze off, I would drop the book and it would hit me on the chest and wake me back up, and I would read like more. Like that's how much I was into it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fantastic book.
Absolutely.
But like, so you didn't read like any Goosebumps like at all? Like that was like a
No.
big one, like
No.
the Werewolf of Fever Swamp, or like
No, I
Say
didn't.
Cheese and Die.
Nope, I don't know what any
Maybe
of that
there's
is.
people that are listening right now that are also naming off all their books that I can't remember. Careful
heard
What
of
You
it.
Wish For. No, insane.
No, but what I did read a lot of, and it might have been late 80s, but probably early 90s also, were like choose your own adventure books.
Which R.L. Stine did some of those as
That
well.
was a big thing for me.
Yeah, those were fucking huge. Those
Where it
were
was like,
great.
if you want to go this way, turn to page 125.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you want to go do this, go
Yeah.
back to page 47.
Yeah. And I was such a fucking nerd when I was a kid. I would read them backwards so that I could figure out like where they all get to and then how they begin that way. I didn't have a lot of friends. So I was kind of a fucking nerd.
Well, what about the scary storybooks?
I did read a lot of those.
The scary storybooks were fucking
Yeah.
sweet. I remember going to like the book fair.
Yeah.
Remember the book fair?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. When the book fair was coming around, I asked my mom for some money, and I would definitely fucking bought those scary storybooks.
I had like 14 books for like $3.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever see the Scary Stories movie?
No.
Oh, okay. What the hell? What's his nuts? Gosh, why am I drawing a fucking blank? Guillermo del Toro. He fucking
Stop.
He like wrote it, like the screenplay, directed. Right. Is it Guillermo or is it?
Guillermo.
He's the ones that still like he did like Pan's Labyrinth and all that, right? Yeah.
Guillermo
So it is
del
him.
Toro,
Yeah. Oh, Ben. I didn't want to confuse him with Benicio.
del Toro.
Yeah. So yeah, he like
Oh,
wrote
by the
this.
way, I watched a Benicio del Toro movie the other day, The Hunted.
Never saw it.
Bro, him and Tommy Lee Jones.
When did it come out?
90s, for sure.
Okay.
You've never seen it before?
No.
Bro.
All right.
So fucking
I'm gonna add on the list. Okay.
Oh my God, so fucking. I can't wait until we get into 90s movies because 90s movies were the fucking best.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, the best.
Oh, yeah,
80s
absolutely.
shit was corny. 2000s shit was like not super great. 90s shit was wild sci-fi enough
I can't
to
wait
carry
to yeah.
everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll do like a next episode. We'll do like a
Fuck
part
yeah.
2, and
Hell
then
yeah.
we can just kind of rant on that.
Yeah, I think 90s is going to carry us another episode.
I think there's
Best
still
fucking decade
I
ever.
still have so much to talk about. And I feel like we barely got through anything.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, the movie was actually really great for like what it was. He did bring a lot of really cool stories to life. To like, you know, like the "Where's my toe?" and like, you know, all those fun stories. And like the girl that had like the spiders that all like broke out of her cheek and like crawling around everywhere. Those were great. What about Magic Eye?
What?
The Magic Eye, the one where like it's like the 3D photos you'd put to, like your face and like pull them back really slowly and it'd have like a
It's a schooner. He's like, fuck
stupid
you,
idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember those, but I never did the cover of the eye. I always would just cross my eyes a little bit and then uncross them, and then I could see it.
So if you crossed your eyes, they would go inverted, and then if you did like the slow pull back, it would pop out at you.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, those are fucking dope.
Were they?
Yeah, those are cool. I mean, they were super cool as kids.
I guess.
I mean, it was better than the fucking going to the doctor's office and seeing a highlights magazine. You're like,
that's true.
Can't wait to find all 20 things in this picture, and then you open it up and
what doesn't match?
Everything's circled,
right?
Because some fucking asshole kid already circled all the things.
Brought his fucking permanent marker, fucking turd.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting close to that time. I do have a game.
Good.
So Ma, I think it was like for like Christmas. She knows how much I love playing board games and what have yous. Gave me a trivia game called That's So 90's.
Love it.
So basically what I think we can do is I'm going to open it up and I'll give you a bunch of categories and then you could pick whichever one you want. And then I'm going to read you off some trivia questions.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
Okay.
So here are your categories. Music.
Good.
Movies.
Great.
Hobbies, toys, and games.
Fine.
News and politics. Pop culture. Science and technology.
Yikes.
Sports.
Fine.
TV. Art and literature.
That's a lot of categories.
And who said or sang that.
Fine.
Do any of those tickle your fancy? Because I'm just going to grab these cards and find whatever one that's like
I just really enjoy my fancy being tickled.
Well, I'm going to tickle it right now, but you got to tell me how.
With your mouth.
Oh, it's a little tough from across the table.
Rain
check?
It'll be a little tough.
I bet it will.
It's like an armadillo skin down there.
Gross.
Yeah, it's gross.
I don't know. So any of those, what do you want? Like music, movies?
Let's go movies.
Movies? All right,
let's do movies.
All right. Here's one right here. So there's 5 questions on here.
Okay.
All right. So question number 1. At the start of Toy Story, what is the slamming surprise gift given to Andy? What is the toy that he got? It was like, oh, shit.
I'm Buzz Lightyear.
It is fucking Buzz Lightyear.
Is it Buzz Lightyear?
Bing, bing, bing.
Honestly,
I wish that we had a fucking bell.
I've never seen that movie before.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Dude, it's got to be like the best Pixar movie ever made.
Well, that's fine. I'm not watching cartoons. But
all right, so that's fine. You're 1 for 1.
Boom.
Okay. What smash 90's movie was like totally based on Jane Austen's book Emma? Listen, I don't know if these
The Scarlet Letter.
Ugh, this is awkward. It's Clueless.
Totally. Damn it. That was a hint. The totally was a hint.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay.
So not totally the Scarlet Letter. All right.
Yeah, totally clueless.
Yep, got it.
Which is where we left you.
Yep.
Okay, question number 3. Which actor plays the character that is killed at the start of the first Scream movie? You know this.
No, I don't.
Yes, you've seen Scream, right?
Yeah, but it can't be Nev Campbell.
No, she's the main character.
Right.
And you
The first person
that's killed in Scream in the very beginning of the movie. Do you want a hint?
Sure.
She's got short blonde hair. She actually helped kind of get things produced, and she decided that she wanted to be killed first, so she didn't have to lead on this main character.
Jenny Garth.
No. Drew Barrymore.
Damn. Oh, idiot. Okay.
Do you like scary movies?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So 1 for 3.
Not good at this.
In It Could Happen to You, which I think was that Nicolas Cage?
Is that a movie?
I think that was Nicolas Cage.
Fuck me.
Charlie, unable to pay his tip, offers to return the next day and give either double the tip or
His lottery ticket. Half of his lottery ticket.
half of the lottery win.
Booyah.
So you did see this movie?
I remember trailers a lot for movies. I think Nicolas Cage played a cop. Was it Elizabeth Shue?
I don't even think I've ever actually watched this movie.
She was like
have
a
the knowledge.
waitress.
Okay.
And he was like, hey, I don't have any cash, but I just bought this lotto ticket, so if I win, I'll give you half of it. And then he wins, and he goes back, and he gives her half the money. And then, strangely, they made Leaving Las Vegas together afterwards. Did you ever see Leaving Las Vegas?
No, but I do also know that movie as well.
Yeah, terminable alcoholic who bangs her while she's a prostituta. And
Spanish for prostitute.
it's Polish, but fine.
Okay.
Also probably Spanish. But yeah, there's a very iconic scene where, well, I'm not going to get into that. Yeah. Two for 4.
Yeah,
bitch.
2 for 4.
50-50.
Okay. Here is the last question.
Let's do it.
Sorry, had to get that out. Okay. Which movie opens with the line, as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster?
Okay, I can hear the fucking line, so hold on a second.
Mm-hmm. As far back as I can remember, I
Oh my
always
God.
wanted to be a gangster.
I'm between 3 movies. It's either got Goodfellas, Casino, or A Bronx Tale. It's got to be.
Wow, okay, so just
Good.
naming
It's got
off
to be
Italian
Goodfellas.
movies
It's
in the
gotta be
90s.
Goodfellas.
Bing, 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 it's Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
3 out of 5, bud. Not bad.
Nice, 60%.
Okay.
That's what I graduated
right.
from high school with. And look at me now.
Okay, well, here, I'm going to hand these cards over to you.
Okay.
Let's see. I think I could do pretty good. I mean, movies I would be good. Let's go music. Let's change it up.
Music it is. All right. Numero uno. Which 90s rapper likes big butts and cannot lie?
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Booyah.
Yeah. All right.
Nailed it. Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
One
pretty
for
easy.
Mariah. Oh, by the way, I know the answer to this. Mariah Carey's vocal range spans how many octaves?
7.
No.
12.
5.
Fuck.
5 octave range, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was close on 7.
Ooh, this is I don't think you're gonna get this.
Okay.
Shake Your Money Maker is the debut album from which band?
Shake Your Money Maker. Let's see. 90s hip hop. Man. I got a couple in mind here, but there's also my first initial guess would be maybe ODB, but
You're an old dirty bastard.
yeah. But Shaker Moneymaker, I feel like Mystical is it's two in the 2000s.
No, you're thinking, what's that song? Change your pants.
Yeah.
Wash
Shake
yourself.
your ass.
Yeah, that's it.
Did you say change your pants and wash yourself?
Yeah. Change your pants. Wash yourself. Change your pants.
Oh,
Show
man.
me what you're working with.
Nelly was probably also 2000s. Fuck.
I'll give you a hint. It's not a rap group.
Oh. Okay. Shake Your Moneymaker. It's not Rump Shaker?
Nope.
I don't know. Who is it?
It's the Black Crows.
Huh.
Who knew?
Interesting. Yeah.
All right. In 1990, CNC Music Factory had a smash hit single with what track?
Fuck. CNC. Rhythm of the Night?
No, come on, baby.
Hold
you're,
on.
You're better than that.
I know the fucking song, but it's because it's one of those fucking dance club songs. Fuck. Quad City DJs had the Train songs. It's not them.
And ride it. Ooh, ooh. Yep.
Fuck.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh yeah.
Bum, bum, bum,
Everybody dance now.
bum. What's the name of the song?
Everybody dance now.
No, sir.
Uh.
Think of the chorus.
Everybody dance now.
Bam, 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 bam.
Fuck, I don't remember the name of it.
Gonna make you sweat.
Gonna
make you sweat, baby.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Rhythm get you high.
Yep.
Rhythm get you
Move you sweat. Yeah. All right. This is a perfect last question for me to ask because I fucking hate this band.
Fucking, I'm sorry if everybody can hear this commotion going on here. My mic is fucking being a dick right now. Go on.
Which awesome female-fronted Irish band had a hit with the song "Zombie" in 1994?
Cranberries.
The fucking horse shit.
Yeah. See, I thought
Possibly the worst song of all time.
Is it though?
Yes.
Why?
Have you heard it before?
Yeah, Cranberries. Zombie is fucking
In
dope.
your head,
So is fucking.
in your head, zombie, zombie, zombie.
Yeah.
Sinead O'Connor looking ass. Fuck
Do you
off.
like Linger better?
Did you have to get me fingered? That song?
Yeah.
Ugh, I also hate
Did
that.
you have to leave me
Yeah.
fingered?
Did you have to? Did you have to leave me fingered? You know I'm such a fool for Jews. Yeah. So boring. I fucking hate it.
All right.
The only song that's worse than that Cranberries song, Zombie, is I always want to say Rupert Murdoch, but that's not the name of the guy who sings it, but the Pina Colada song.
Oh, like the if you like pina colada,
Yeah.
that one, or
It's the
if you
worst.
like pina salada,
Yeah, it's the worst song
yeah,
of all time.
it is. No, you know what's the worst song?
I do. It's
Is
Pina Coladas by Rupert Murdoch.
No, is "Let Me In, Coach." Let me in, Coach. I'm ready to play.
Oh, that song sucks. Yeah.
today.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
That song fucking sucks.
I would rather listen to
By the way, I
fucking
love
Pina
the
Colada.
claps came through on there.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Yeah, that's.
I would
horrible.
rather listen to Pina Colada on repeat than fucking Let Me In, Coach.
But here's the reason that the Pina Colada song sucks is people think it's like a romantic song, and it's not. It's the opposite of a romantic song.
I think I actually read that.
What do you mean you read that?
I think there was a time that I was looking up that song to. There was like I think some lyrics that I didn't catch, and I was wanting to see what the actual lyrics were.
Yeah.
And then the rest of like the page was like describing like what the song was like actually.
Yeah, the very end of it is like a dude and a chick who are coming together and realizing that they have similar interests. So it seems innocently like a nice romantic song, but the beginning of it starts off literally the first line from Rupert, whatever the fuck his last name is. He's like, I was tired of my lady. We've been together too long. Like, first of all, asshole, then fucking break up with her. What is your problem? Just fucking dump her, you dickhole. You guys aren't even married. Fucking break. And then he's just like, yeah, so I took out a fucking personal ad. It's like, what a scumbag move. Back when they had newspapers, you're just going to take out a fucking ad in the newspaper? Like, you're a piece of shit. You're a passive-aggressive piece of shit because you want to take out an ad in the newspaper. And then he's like, oh, and then I matched with someone, and she also liked other stuff, so we were going to cheat on our respective partners. Mm-hmm. And then we walked into the same restaurant. We're like, oh, I had no idea it was
this
you.
Is crazy.
Wow.
Fancy meeting you here.
Oh, cool. So I'll date my soon-to-be ex-girlfriend because we enjoy cheating on each other. Like, fuck you. It's such a nonsense premise.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Rupert.
Go back
piece
to
of shit.
There's a bunch of those 90s songs that are actually like, they come off as being a really sweet song, and then it's like, oh,
So
shit,
hard.
the lyrics are fucking
Exactly.
awful. All right, well, how about one more round?
Sure.
Okay, here, hand me that stack back there. Do you have a category that you're wanting to do? Do you need me to read them back to you?
Nope. Just pick me a rando one.
Are you good with who said that or
Sure.
saying that?
Who said that? That sounds good.
Who said that or saying that? Actually, I'll do one of these also after your turn. Okay, so you ready?
Ready.
Jeez. Oh my gosh, this is fucking all right. You ready? Swing.
Yeah. Wayne.
Right, Wayne's World. Ready for number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody stop me.
Jim Carrey, The Mask.
Yeah.
I was going to say Dave from the TV show Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody suck me.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah. Too new. All right. Two
I
for
feel like
two.
that was a pretty good mask impression.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
I see dead people.
What's his name? He's got 3 names. Joel Austin
That's fine.
Cheeseburger or whatever. He's a 9-year-old kid.
Joel something Osment.
Yeah.
Hold on, actually.
Haley.
The card will
Joel
tell me.
Haley Osment.
Joel.
Haley Osment.
Yeah, his name is Cole Sear in The Sixth Sense.
Fucking loser.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Now that's what I call a close encounter. Even if you just give me the movie.
Is it Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
No.
Okay. Damn it. I don't know then.
You sure?
I was going to say Tom Cruise, but
Will Smith?
Men in Black.
Independence Day.
Oh, fuck.
All right, you ready for the last one?
I am.
So you're 3 for 4?
Yep.
Everyone I have told about the brief is dead.
Julia Roberts.
No.
Oh, I thought it was Pelican Brief.
Oh, it is. Oh, is her name Darby Shaw?
I don't fucking know what her name is.
It is Pelican Brief.
It's got Julia Roberts.
It just says.
I love you like, no, idiot.
Well, because the name's Darby Shaw, and I know only male people named Darby, not a woman. So, is Darby a neutral name?
I don't fucking know.
I mean, I guess it can be. Okay,
Darby
wow.
Shaw. Ooh.
Yeah, Darby Shaw in the Pelican Brief. I mean, that's great. You still got the movie.
Boom. Julia
Oh shit,
Roberts.
Julia Roberts is
In the Pelican
Darby
Brief.
Shaw. Oh, I can't wait to tell my boss about that.
4 for 5. Bitch.
All right, you're killing it.
All right.
Find me. There should be another one somewhere in that stack. Give me another like.
Do you want the same category?
Yeah. The who said or sang that.
Oh my god. Okay.
Got one?
I do.
Okay.
And I'm going to preface this. Sorry, I don't mean to steal your thunder, but you ever play or have anybody ask you that game where they say, like, what are the 5 most offensive words you could say after sex?
I think so.
Okay. So I only bring this up because
George Carlin.
the first line here is my constant answer for that. So it's who said or sang that, and it says, "That'll do, pig. That'll do."
Oh yeah, that's right. I think we've talked about that. It's Babe in the City, or just Babe.
It's Babe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you'll hopefully get this. Show me the money.
Oh yeah, Jerry Maguire.
Done.
Mm-hmm. I hate Tom Cruise, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm not
Why?
a Tom Cruise fan.
Is it because he has that middle tooth?
No, I don't even notice that. I just don't like anything
Are you
that
serious?
he's really done.
You've
yeah.
never noticed that? He has like where gentlemen like ourselves have 2 front teeth.
Yeah.
Here, he has one dead fucking center.
Oh, we're gonna have to take looks at that.
Bro,
yeah, like
it
after
is,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Once you see it, you can never unsee it, and it's fucking terrifying.
All right.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? By the way, I'm doing a great job.
Yeah. Oh man, that sounds very familiar.
Let me we'll take a second and then I will do it in a better voice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I ruin your
Break.
Oh, did I break your
And I'll be happy to give you a hint in a moment.
concentration?
Do you want to hear it in my voice of the actor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Oh, okay. Hold on. That's oh gosh, I'm drawing a fucking blank here.
He had. Are you ready for your hint?
Yeah.
He had just shot somebody on a couch, and that's why he said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Samuel Jackson. That's
Yep.
Pulp Fiction.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what like the
I'm
way you're
sorry.
saying it.
Did I break your concentration?
Yeah, I had to think. I was like, I know.
Right after he shot that dude on the couch. Hey, flock of seagulls, and then fucking shoots that dude. That was such great. Yeah, fucking jewels. All
Okay.
right.
What else we got here?
Again, this is Who Said or Sang That? Dream Lover, Come Rescue Me.
Like this is the. Sorry, I was thinking of Dream Weaver.
Nope.
Dream Lover, Come Rescue Me. Dream Lover, Come Rescue Me. Is that what that is?
You'll get the last one for sure.
Mariah Carey.
You fucking asshole. It is Mariah Carey. It fucking is Mariah Carey, you fucking dick. It is Mariah Carey singing Dream Lover.
Rescue me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nailed it. All right. And last one. When I was a young warthog.
I'm going to guess Lion King.
Correct.
Yeah.
Pumbaa, of course.
Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
yeah. All right. I mean, that was
Hell yeah, dude.
pretty fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. And I think I did a great Samuel L.
You did a fantastic.
Did I break your concentration? Yeah. Oh, my God.
That was really good.
Bro, he was so good in that role. Like, shockingly. That was such a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the lineup in that. Fucking
I
Bruce
know.
Willis and fucking, oh my God, Samuel L. Travolta, Uma. Oh my God, everybody.
Yeah.
So many good people in that movie.
Even
Ving
Tarantino made
Rhames.
even a fucking cameo in it too.
Bro, can we talk about how he's my favorite character in
that,
Pulp Fiction?
just hanging out in like the fucking just like in his robe.
Hey, Jules, did you see a sign in my front yard that said dead N-word storage? He's like, no. He's like, do you know why? Because storing dead N-words isn't my fucking business, Jules. Bro, I don't need you to tell me how good my goddamn coffee is. And he calls Harvey Keitel, and he's like, I'll be there in a second.
Yeah.
So fucking good. You know, Tarantino's going to make his last movie. He's about to come out with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he's doing one more and he's done.
Interesting.
He said he doesn't want to go on forever and make shitty movies. He wants to do one more awesome movie.
I get that.
I thought Inglourious Bastards was going to be his last because the very end of it, when it's Brad Pitt and BJ Novak and they're carving the fucking swastika into that Nazi's head.
Yeah.
And he looks into the camera and he says, I do believe this is my masterpiece. I thought that was Tarantino's
Saying,
farewell
yeah.
forever. I do believe this is my masterpiece. And then Tarantino's like, I'm fucking out. This is my masterpiece and I'm done. He's doing one more.
Didn't he do like what was the one with Leo, like the Revenant?
Yeah, Django.
Oh
yeah, The Revenant. Yeah.
and Django. Those both came after, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay. Well,
Holy shit. What a great fun time.
This is a happy 90s episode.
Sure
Everybody, thanks for listening. I think we're going to probably, I say that we do in the next episode, we'll do another 90s
Hell
part
yeah.
2.
Fuck yeah.
There's
Love
still
them
lots
90s.
to talk about and that we did. I feel like we barely even cut the crust off.
Yeah. And if anybody wants, write in, email in, text us, whatever. If you want to talk about, something from the 90s you love. We're in.
pizzabagelsnow@gmail.com.
Pizza Bagels Snow. Yep. I love it. All right, buddy.
All right, guys. Good to see you.
I love you.
Oh, yeah. I guess we got to play this out because, I mean, obviously the whole point is
because I want to fucking hear it again.
I mean, we want to get it stuck in fucking everybody's heads. Am I right?
Booyah.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Pizza Bagels with Tony.